Hey guys, Stacey Coward, and today I want to talk to you about your thoughts becoming things and how do you create the world that you want to create for yourself. How do you use your mouth to get you exactly what it is that you want to become the greatest version of whatever you want for your life? Well, first I want to tell you that when you think a thought, whatever that thought is, if you allow it to continue to stay there, it will grow. It will manifest itself. So you have to be really careful about your thoughts, and you have to learn how to notice your thoughts as they are coming in. Notice what you're thinking. A lot of times we are thinking things all the time, and we think things because we have different smells. We have different there's a building that you may walk past that reminds you of something, a person with a name that may remind you of something. And so that causes you to have all these different thoughts. But the first thing about recognizing how powerful your thoughts are and what to do to get them where you need them to be is to recognize what you're thinking. What's on your mind all the time? What are you putting into yourself? What are the thoughts that you are constantly walking around in? Are you walking around with love in your heart or peace? Are you walking around with gratitude? Are you walking around with, I want to give, I want to serve? What's on your mind all the time? And are you constantly putting your thoughts under subjection if those thoughts aren't right? You know, when people come in to distract you and give you a negative thought, are you easily able to take that thought and cast it down and say, I'm not wasting my time thinking in that place? And switch it over to a positive thought, like literally surrounding yourself around things that say, have positive ideals, positive thoughts, positive people that are moving you in the direction that you need to be moving in. Whatever thoughts you are having in your life, those thoughts will create a particular behavior. If you think about something long enough, we call that ruminating. If you think about something long enough, then all of a sudden those thoughts become actions. I generally do not let myself ruminate in negative places. And I said generally because we're all human. And so sometimes things will happen and you'll just sort of sit there and just say, I cannot believe this just happened. And we'll find ourselves replaying that thought over and over. And what we have to learn how to do is stop the thought and move to another thought so that we're not sitting in that place, because what thoughts do is they create a feeling in you. Your thoughts are only going to create happiness, sadness, anger, joy. It's only going to create one of those places in your life. And so you have to understand that whatever thoughts you are thinking, that's where you're going to be. How much stuff are you watching that's creating happiness or joy or sadness or fear? What are you watching on TV that's creating thoughts? What conversations are you having? What are you reading? What are you exposed to every day that's creating these different thoughts? Because those thoughts are a direct reflection of your behaviors. Whatever you are thinking every day, whatever you are around every day, if you look around your life and if your life is in a chaotic state, it's because you've been thinking or around situations that have created chaos in your life. If your life is in a hostile state, check what you're watching on TV. Check what your thinking is. Check your language. Is your language full of profanity? If you are in a place of fear, check what your thoughts are. If you are in a place of anxiety or sadness, what are you thinking about every day that's creating you to just sit in sadness every day? So you have to be able to cast those thoughts down immediately when they come in. Just say, I'm not going to waste my thinking on that. Now, do you have control on what thoughts come in your head? No, you don't. But you do have control on what you allow to expand. So you don't have to allow your thoughts of negativity or sadness or anxiety or fear. You don't have to allow those thoughts to expand. You can quickly captivate them and go over to other places. And I talked somewhat about action, like your behavior lining up with your action. Get into action. Start doing things for other people. Start if you're having negative thoughts, get up and do some things that are positive, i.e. get up and sweep the floor in the kitchen and go wash the dishes and go cut the grass and go wash the car, go wash the windows. It's so many different activities that you can do that your mind isn't idle. And it says, an idle mind is a devil's workshop. if your mind isn't idle and you're constantly allowing your mind to be focused on something that is positive or productive, that's another key. So not necessarily positive, but is it productive for you? Is it, when you look around, when you get finished with the time that you spent during these hours, has your time been productive? What books have you read that are productive? What activities have you done? Because your thoughts align with your behaviors. And then you can switch it around, that if you are having all these crazy thoughts and negative thoughts, that you can just get into action with appropriate behaviors. Get into action and go out and use your body and align and make your mind get on what your body is doing. So say that you're having all these negative thoughts or sad thoughts or whatever the thoughts are. Then get up and move around and focus on, okay, I'm cutting grass. Let me get these lines in here really good. Okay, I'm washing dishes. I'm going to put them up here. And actually focus your mind in on, I'm washing dishes right now. I am cutting grass right now. And focus and do a great job on that. And what it does, it stops the thoughts that are building a particular pattern of living for you. It stops those thoughts forward. It's like, this is part of what we call cognitive behavior therapy, where the thoughts themselves are actually stopped, where you actually get in front of your thoughts and you stop them, and then all of a sudden you don't have the same behaviors that you've been having all this time. We use this for anger management. If you're having feelings of a lot of anger and aggression towards people or a particular situation, you stop that thought right then and you move on to the next thing. But you don't allow yourself to allow those thoughts to continue to expand. Same thing with depression, same thing with anxiety. You can use them in so many different ways. So you can use it therapeutically, but you can also use it in everyday skills, where you can just look at some things in your life that you want to change. It may be some scenarios in your life that you're not happy with and you want to change them. So instead of thinking about all the things that you don't like about it, get your mind geared on, okay, these are all the things that I can do to correct it. These are all the things that I can do to create the ideal life that I want for myself. Your thoughts create things. Thoughts create things. And so what that means is that the thoughts that I'm having in my life, all of a sudden I could begin to create the things that I want in my life. I can create my own life. Yes, you can create your own life. I can create a vision of whatever I want to do with my life. Yes, you can. What are you thinking about? Are you calling yourself doctor? Or are you calling yourself another name? Are you calling yourself nurse? What do you call yourself? What do you name yourself? Who are you to yourself? And begin to create that life for yourself. Create who you want to be out of your mouth. Your thoughts become things. And so think about what you want to do. Take some time every day, 1 or 2 minutes every day, just to sit in a chair alone, take a deep breath in, hold it, blow it out, and just think about who you are. Like my life, the beautiful life that I want for myself. Who am I? And what does that life look like for me? Who am I? Who am I? And remind yourself who you are every day. And I'm not talking about who you currently are, but what your vision of who you are. If you were a millionaire, then call yourself a millionaire every day. I'm a millionaire. I own houses, I own buildings, I own a transportation company, I own whatever it is that you are. Call yourself that every day and think on those things every day. Thoughts become things, and you create the entire life that you want for yourself. You create your vision, you create your world, you create the behaviors, you create the action, but they all come from your thoughts first. If you want to get in charge of your behaviors, if you want to get in charge of your actions, get in charge of your thoughts. When the thoughts that come in are good, hold on to them and allow those to expand. When the thoughts come in that are bad, cast them down immediately. If you like this video, like it below, subscribe, and pass it on. And I hope this has helped you to retool your life.